In the world of hip-hop, artists are no strangers to controversy, especially when it comes to run-ins with the law. But for a select few, a second chance came from not a judge or an appeal, but from the highest office in the United States. In today's video, we're breaking down the rappers who were granted presidential pardons or clemency, particularly during Donald Trump's final days in office, from Kodak Black to Lil Wayne. We'll cover the charges, the outcomes, and how these rappers found themselves back in the free world thanks to the unsuspected source. Let's start with Kodak Black. Born Daouz in Octuve, later changing his name to Bill Kahan Capri, Kodak rose to fame in the mid-2010 with his breakout track, No Flocking. But while his music was making waves, Kodak was also racking up legal issues. In 2019, he was sentenced to nearly 4 years in federal prison after pleading guilty to knowingly making false statements on federal forms to purchase firearms. Prosecutors alleged that he used false social security numbers to obtain guns, two of which were found later at crime scenes. While incarcerated, Kodak maintained a vocal presence on social media, often pleading for justice and fair treatment. Just one day before leaving office in January 2021, Donald Trump granted Kodak a full pardon, citing his charitable work and support from religious leaders. Kodak walked free, shaving years off his sentence. Since then, he's been in and out of legal trouble, but that moment gave him a shot at freedom when it seemed all hope was lost. Next up, we got Lil Wayne, one of the most iconic rappers of all time. Born Dwayne Michael Carter Jr., Wayne's influence on the rap game is undeniable, with countless hits and 5 Grammy Awards under his belt. But in 2019, he ran into serious legal trouble. After a search on his private jet in Miami, federal agents found a gold-plated handgun, ammunition, and drugs. Because Wayne had a previous felony conviction, he was prohibited from processing a firearm. He pleaded guilty to the charge and was facing up to 10 years in prison. Many expected Wayne to be sentenced in early 2021, but just hours before Trump left the White House, he granted Wayne a full pardon. The move came shortly after Wayne made headlines for publicly supporting Trump during his re-election campaign, and even posing for a photo with him. Whether politics played a role or not, the pardon kept Wayne out of prison and allowed him to continue his career without interruption. NBA YoungBoy, born Contrell Deshaun Gaulden in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, had a tough upbringing. Raised by his grandmother, after his father was sentenced to 55 years in prison, he dropped out of school in the 9th grade and turned to music, recording with a cheap microphone, also getting involved in street life. His breakthrough came with the song 38 Baby, followed by viral hits like Untouchable and No Smoke, which helped cement his spot as one of rap's rising stars. Despite his success, YoungBoy faced multiple legal issues over the years, including gun charges, assault allegations, and probation violations. In 2021, he was facing federal firearm charges when surprisingly, President Donald Trump included YoungBoy on the list of pardons, effectively dropping a major federal case against the rapper and giving him another chance at freedom. Another notable name is Harry O., the co-founder of Death Row Records, who played a massive role behind the scenes in sharpening West Coast hip-hop. Though not a rapper himself, his clemency was pushed by Snoop Dogg and others close to the culture. Serving over 30 years on drug trafficking and attempted murder charges, Harry O was granted clemency by Trump in 2021 and released after decades behind bars. Then there's Michael Harry O. Harris and Lil Yachty. Though not recipients of pardons, their names reflect how deep legal trouble runs in the industry and how selective the pardon process really was. It wasn't just about guilt or innocence, it was about visibility, support, and sometimes politics. Presidential pardons are rare, especially in the hip-hop world. During Donald Trump's last term, and now he's back in the office, he made headlines by granting freedom to some of the biggest rap names. Whether you believe it was politics, influence, or redemption, that drove the decisions. One thing's for sure, those rappers got a second chance when it mattered the most.